Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back in with another cryptocurrency video. Today we're going to be talking about Robinhood stock with the ticker HOOD. You've probably heard about this stock. It IPO'd not that long ago. And since then, it's had a pretty volatile run. We went up from around $35 all the way up to over $50, and then we fell back down to below the IPO price actually. So things are looking quite bearish. I'm going to explain why I am still hopeful on Robinhood stock, especially long term. I think that this is a stock that can do very well. So I'm seeing this, pullback and overall drop as more of a buying opportunity than anything else. We're going to take a look at the more detailed chart. I will warn you, however, that we could definitely see more downside at this point. And the news headlines are pretty bearish on Robinhood. What really caused even more of a decline was its recent earnings results, which you can briefly see here. We'll take a look at that as well later in the video. But it was pretty horrible earnings, right? I mean, I'll go through them in a bit, but basically way less than people expected. And there is, however, some opportunity for Robinhood to diversify its earning streams and also, make even more money with crypto through a cryptocurrency wallet that they'll be bringing very soon. That's already announced and official. Let's take a brief look at some of the news headlines here. So you see what I'm talking about. First off, we have an article looking to buy the Robinhood dip. JP Morgan sees a dire scenario for the stock into year end. And then we have, of course, the earnings release, which was just an all-around, very, very bearish event. You can see that the revenue totaled $267 million with only $51 million coming from cryptocurrency trading, and most of their crypto trading revenue comes from Dogecoin. And you'll also see that it was a massive drop, right, compared to the quarter before that, where they were at $233 million in revenue for the cryptocurrency trading. So huge drop there. And even their other income streams such as options trading, etc., was not very impressive, right? And that is, like I said, really what's caused this drop to even extend itself. So however, looking a bit on the more bullish perspective, the CEO Vlad Tenev said this quarter was about developing more products and services for our customers, including crypto wallets. I think this is something that people are really underestimating, and they're just looking at the revenue right now when you really have to value Robinhood with its actual brand. And I'm sure I use Robinhood personally. I still use them today. And if you don't use Robinhood, which I'm sure a lot of you do, but if you don't, I'm sure you have friends that do use Robinhood. The point that I'm trying to make here is that almost everyone we know has a Robinhood account, and that counts for something, especially once they're able to improve or add revenue streams. That is going to do wonders for the stock, in my opinion. And like I said, so they are developing that crypto wallet. More than 1 million people have joined our crypto wallets waitlist to date. And basically, they said that they don't really expect better earnings for the next quarter either. So people were very bullish, very bearish after those earnings, right? And you can see that they have now officially even dropped below the IPO price. Now, something that I wanted to say is Cathie Wood had actually added a lot of Robinhood stock right before the earnings, where the stock dropped even more. And, we can see that 52-week high, which peaked out at $85, and we're now all the way back down to below $35. So huge, huge drop compared to the the all-time high. We're looking at an over 50% drop, which is typically a pretty good buying opportunity for AAA brand name stocks like this. Let's dig a little bit deeper into the earnings here. This is going to be also sort of pointing out some of the more bearish signs. What you're going to see here is, I'll point out maybe something that is positive. Their cash on hand is actually very high, right? We've had around $5 to $6 billion of cash on hand, which is very good considering its market cap. Definitely above industry standards, I'd say. And if we look, however, at their revenue, especially their net income, profit margin, it's pretty much disastrous as of right now, right? I mean, they're losing money, hundreds of $1 million every quarter, and their profit margins have really been struggling, right? They've not been able to get those profit margins up or into the positive area, and that's going to keep really hurting their earnings and their stock as a whole until that starts improving, in my opinion. Now, like I said, I am still optimistic because $500 million in revenue, here it dropped a bit to $364 million. I think this can easily be a company that makes well over $1 billion per quarter, in terms of revenue, right? And I mean, if we compare this to maybe what one might consider its competitor Coinbase, right? We'll go and take a look at Coinbase stock real quickly. You'll see that it is not pretty for Robinhood, right? I mean, we compare with the Coinbase earnings. Coinbase is over $2 billion a quarter. They've been increasing steadily quarter over quarter, and their net profit margins are very largely positive. Um, the only thing that Robinhood has, that's comparable is the amount of cash on hand. With that being said, right, I am very bullish on Coinbase. I made a video review on that as well, so make sure to check that out. But I wouldn't compare the two, right? Coinbase obviously has its advantage; it's the leading stock in the crypto space. I think that Robinhood, being more diversified into crypto and as well stocks, options trading, etc., is also a good thing, and I think they're going to manage to succeed in that venture. It's just going to take a bit of time for them to, maximize their profit models, since they are sort of a freemium model with those no commissions. They need to find other more intricate ways to earn revenue, which obviously Coinbase doesn't have that problem. With that being said, they still are making money, but they're having trouble being profitable. And that's why I said, despite me being actually very bullish long term on Robinhood stock, obviously now we have this massive downtrend, which begun. We have steadily been going down from that high. We did, however, officially, we closed that gap that was made over here. We do have a new gap, which could push us higher. This is a gap around, $37. So we could close that sooner rather than later, or we could sink lower. What worries me here is, since we're right around this low of the, the IPO price, what could absolutely happen is we end up breaking below that. If that happens, things could get pretty ugly. We could see, a move down to $25, $20, something like that, maybe even lower in a worst case scenario. You have to keep in mind they still do have a lot of cash on hand, which is going to cause them a buffer, right? That $6 billion cash on hand is pretty impressive for a $30 billion market cap. We're nearing a third of their market cap in cash, which is pretty good for a big company like this. I would say even very good. So like I said, yes, we could see a bit more downside, if we saw some more bearish sort of sentiment come out, or we might see the stop drop below $30, heading to $25, $20. Even if that were to happen, even if we were to see the stock go to $15, anything at this price level or below, anything really even above $40, under $40, is what I would consider a very good buying opportunity. If we do see a market cap that drops to around, 10 to $15 billion, which would be pretty hard that would happen, but let's say even 15 to $20 billion, I will probably be buying up Robinhood stock, because I think that's going to be a very good area to accumulate. And I think a lot of the smart money will, because they know that long term their revenue will, blow most traditional crypto brokerages out of the water over the long term. That's my personal opinion. So overall, very bullish on Robinhood stock, despite the short-term and even medium-term bearish outlook, where we could fall lower. And any breakout above, I'd say, this $45 area, we'll call it $50 just to be safe. We can expect us to move back to the all-time highs once we start breaking above that level of $45 to $50, and that's when to expect, that stronger breakout that would push us back towards the all-time highs. Eventually, I think Robinhood will be a stock that's well over $100. And, I think this is also a stock, if we look at their market cap, that could be over $100 billion as well. So overall, bullish on Robinhood, despite the short-term, medium-term bearish outlook. That I think a lot of people will be selling off this stock. A lot of funds will be selling off this stock, but eventually it'll reach a very nice price level. That will be a great buying opportunity, in my opinion. And even now, it is, long term, I'd call it undervalued. With that being said, if you want to trade cryptos, make sure to check out Femex, my new sponsor. Also, check out my technical analysis master course and follow me on Twitter for live cryptocurrency market updates. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.